All right, guys, we are back. This is the Dream is Free podcast, episode 20.
Yes.
I'm your host, Jake Healy. Our other host and super producer is Mike Theophil.
Hola, chicas.
Our guest today is Nicholas Blake, aka Nick.
Yes.
And he is his business is Domestic Possessions out of Madison, Connecticut, but they service everywhere.
Indeed, we do. How's it going, gentlemen?
Hey.
We're good. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
Thanks. We were just before we started recording, we were talking about content creation for businesses. How you guys just hit 10,000 followers on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
So, you guys, I was checking out your site. You guys do a lot of social media stuff.
Ton. That's a huge part of our business model, and just kind of educating our customers on who we are as a company today with so much wasteful content that floats across their screen. It's important to give them good quality so they respect you and come back to you.
Yeah, and also I checked out your website too, which was very, very well put together. I mean, just very organized, which I find most furniture companies, I've recently bought some cheap furniture, just for my place. But just going on and trying to find something is there's so much to choose from, and it's so disorganized. And it was nice. Your website was very, very clean. It was here's your left-facing sectionals, whatever you need.
That was again. I designed and built that whole thing myself. I had no back-end experience. I just kind of self-taught in the entrepreneurial spirit on how to make a website, and then I adopted a few practices from a Steve Jobs, his approach to the iPhone of simplicity and trying to get into certain menus and certain options with the least clicks amount as possible. I adopted that practice and put it to work on the website because my demographic is definitely, middle-aged, people who own homes, entry-level parents, young professionals looking for that lesser cost furnishings are not all our customer.
Right.
So I had to kind of mold our digital presence for people who are not so good with technology to use it.
Got it.
And that was the
Nice.
That was the back. And then the younger generation likes it now because the bigger companies are just hard to navigate and can't find anything.
Yeah, and you guys have very unique furniture and everything on there.
Correct.
Is that all furniture that you guys make? Or are you reselling, is that all stuff through different wholesalers that you're selling?
Yeah,
okay.
Both. So we do both. We have private label. We're, a trademarked and registered company for our private label
So
products.
there's actual domestic possession couches and furniture that you can buy from that you're all designing?
That we design with the factories. We work with both overseas and stateside. We don't we don't discriminate in that manner. We work with everyone as long as it's good business. And that's pretty much that. We work with big manufacturers, name wholesalers, and private label stuff as well.
Awesome. And are you doing interior design too, or is it?
Yeah, we have an interior design service. They manage the layouts of rooms and dealing with clientele, so on and so forth. And then so we do the furnishings of the room, the layout of the room, and we also do flooring in the interior design division. That's part of that as well.
Got it. So if I bought a new house, call you up, Nick, I need you to come furnish my place. You would send over the interior designer.
Top
I would
to
say,
bottom.
we're going to do sectional over here, get this table right here, blah, blah, blah. You send me over what everything's going to cost.
Yes.
And then deliver everything.
That's it.
And set up?
Yeah, it's all
Nice.
It's an all in-house process. We
Nice.
don't use any third-party companies in any of our process, and that's kind of what keeps us organic and the quality control under wraps for a small business, if you will. because as a small business, it's important not to have returns
Mm-hmm.
and disgruntled customers, because that word to their
Right.
brother or sister or cousin or friend
Yeah,
is
bad Facebook reviews. You don't want
Yeah,
that shit.
yeah.
10,000 people seeing it.
and these are, you know, a lot of our demographic is female focused, so
Karens.
yeah, Karen's and Karen will call you out if you do something out of ethical,
Right.
you know, behavior, and you got to watch out for that with them.
Yeah, I bet.
So you do good by them. The answer is always yes.
If you could take care of the Karens, then everything else just falls into
you
place. You're
just,
okay.
yeah, they keep us in check though. We need them in the industry, you know.
Yeah.
It's part of it.
Yeah. Do you have any interesting, like, any mess ups, anything that was like, any big mistakes where you're just like,
I mean, early on,
it all happens in every business.
yeah,
and,
earlier
like,
on in the career, you know, when we started really going into overstate lines, into your New York cities and into Jersey City, we do a lot of business there. We do a lot of business in Boston, in the major cities, with just delivering product to people. And you know, early on, you mismeasure product and you don't think of certain doorways, and next thing you know, you're on the curb in New York City with a customer's
couch that you can't actually get into the house.
Yeah, and you're now that conversation of, you know,
What do we do?
what do we do? And you got to do right by the customer. So you eat it, you take it back to the warehouse, and you find
Figure
another.
out a new couch.
Exactly. That's on you, and that's.
Throw in a side table.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Now you got to give them free delivery. You got to treat them nice. Give them another piece. It's a whole thing.
Right.
But
so you don't make that mistake often.
No. You make that a couple times, and then you just.
You're like,
Yeah,
God damn, I do not want to drive back to
Yeah.
New York City
Yeah, and
today.
it's little simple things like that as a business that start to turn you into a company. We've just started to make that turn into a company. I think a small company, by no means, you know, publicly traded or anything like that. But the way we operate, the processes that go on, how we deal with our clientele, we've definitely became a company, as in where they call our brand. They don't call for me.
Right.
They get to know me, working with me, but they call the company number. They email the company service line and things like that.
Right.
And we do a lot more B2B right now with clientele, as far as designers and, you know, construction guys, builders. We supply a lot of product to them because our site is efficient and
You're
our
dependable.
services are adequate for their needs.
What kind of content do you make for like your social media for you guys? Like, give me an example.
A lot of live imagery from the showroom. We have a constant evolution. Our retail experience is different than our the back end business model, I guess you would say, because generally we're a furniture company. You want to sell furniture and sell the product you hold. That's the business model approach. But on the front end, the brick and mortar store is a little more of a retail therapy experience where you can kind of just get away. It's just shy of 3,000 square feet, so it's not huge. It's not little. It's a quirky space. There's gifts. There's candles. There's cool fashion stuff, decorative jewelry for women, all scattered throughout the square
Showroom.
footage of the store on the furniture. So it becomes a home experience. We tie living and bedroom and everything together. It's not so in your face,
Yeah,
like a Raymore and Flange.
yeah,
where
here's a
you walk in-
$15 couch.
Yeah, like you walk in and it's hella
Get the
cold.
love seat
Yeah.
for half off.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and they're just, it's not
It's
a
like
warm
dark in there.
experience.
Yeah. It's like Bob's Discount Furniture on Bridgeport.
Yeah, it's just,
Depressing to go in there now.
yeah. But when you have Super Bowl commercials and things like that, you can
You
just
could drive the customers there. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we got to attract our customers.
Yeah.
So it's a good experience. And then when you want to dive into something like your house, you said, where you want to furnish it, then we sit down with you and we bring you into the into the good stuff, into
Yeah.
the back end catalog, and we put our design
VIP
services
stuff.
to work.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's dope.
And people want that today.
Nice.
That's our customer base who wants to be treated with respect and respects the process of making a place look dope, just like the studio is. You guys put work into it, and that's what we do for our clients. It's not like you're coming in, grab a box, and you leave, and
Yeah.
we never get to see you again.
Right. So it's like we had a guest on before. Like, was it Miguel right before him? When did Miguel come in? Two guests ago. He's basically Gary Vee. I'm sure you know who he is. He talks about how retail is dead. Not dying. It's just going to be changed. You know what I mean?
Correct.
And literally, you're another person who's sitting here right now telling us you're basically changing that industry a little bit with that.
Yeah,
Model.
Redefining it. Yeah.
department store styles are done.
I feel
Yeah.
like furniture though is one of those things where Actually, I mean, I bought a couch without ever sitting on it or looking at it or anything. I was just like, went online. I was like, I need a couch. Ordered it. That was it, right? But I still feel like, all right, if I was gonna spend a significant amount of money on a couch,
Yeah.
You're
I would
gonna
want to
go
go
test
sit
that out.
on it first and just be like, okay, this is nice. This is worth $5,000, right?
And that's our customer.
Yes.
But we do sell the quick order stuff.
Yeah.
So I do have customers that order online. They want a $600-700 couch. It's not a, life-changing decision. It's for an apartment for a year or two, whatever.
Right.
And then I have, a gentleman who just bought a home in Madison. He's got 2 kids.
Needs to furnish a place up. Yeah.
He's got to do the whole house. He's got 4,500 square feet of house to furnish and no design sense.
And he doesn't want to deal with all that.
No.
Correct.
That's gonna be me.
Yeah.
But, and when you get to that level and you start seeing bills, it costs money to furnish a house. You can get up to 30, 40, 50, 100 grand, depending on
The size of the house and what
size
you
of
need.
the house and what you want.
Yeah.
Do you want, you want Carrera marble end tables? Like, it costs money.
Yeah.
It adds up fast. So we cater to those people as well. We cater to both and we give them the same treatment.
Right.
But the relationship we build with them is a little different than just kind of shopping. We drop it off and you never see us again.
Right.
That's not our MO.
Cool. Go backtracking. Let's go back to
How you got there.
how you got there.
Yeah.
I mean, I met you in 2015. I want to say 2016.
Yeah, it had to
maybe?
be around there, 15. Or no.
No, a little bit later.
Late 17. Late 17. So at that point, that was when I got back from Africa.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that.
Yeah,
The furniture business side starts. Domestic Possessions was just a thrift shop in Madison, and we were in construction as a family. 2008 hit. Shit hit the fan. The world ended. Construction was no longer. So we had to get into different businesses. And backing up a little from that, I've always been family business oriented.
Right.
Worked with my pops through his whole career. He's always been self-employed and had his own businesses. So he educated me in that world on we work for ourselves, wanted me to go to school and everything like that, but I tried and I just wanted to go to work.
Right.
That's what we do. That's kind of how he trained me as a kid. So construction ended and we were still doing what we could do on the side with construction. My mother took a job at Domestic Possessions just working there. I worked on the delivery truck, just kind of like picking up house loads of furniture and you flip it over to the showroom and sell it. And that was in 2000.
So Domestic Possessions wasn't your business to start.
No, we started working
Both
there.
you and your mom went to work there, though.
Correct.
Cool. Okay.
Correct. So when that was not in 2009-10 when it started. Fast forward to 2014, she had become the manager, and I was still just on the back end because I was a kid at that point,
Right.
15, 16, 17 years old, but still working there, just not as prevalently as I am now.
Yeah.
So we ended up purchasing it in 2014, flipping it to all brand new, bringing all these services and kind of bringing our construction side of it knowledge into the mix and how to assess furniture and delivery processes and design work and flooring work. And we tied it all in together, pan to now. It's its own company and, the following is growing.
It's doing good, yeah.
And we're on a 24 to 36 month plan to get a new facility at the end of that time period and step up to that next level, but baby steps.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's important as a small business to make smart decisions and not take money that doesn't belong to you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Organic growth is how you create the wealth in your business. If you start taking loans at interest rates you can't afford and working with investors that you don't know their processes, you can fold what you work so hard to create fast, much faster than you can fold it faster than you built it.
Yeah, seriously. Right.
That's so
100%.
Got it. What's like the hardest part? Like when you guys took over, growing the business to where it is. Like what was the struggles that you went through?
Just day to day. There's just a lot to manage.
Yeah.
There's from the front end, from a bookkeeping to accounting to ordering to merchandising to cleaning the showroom to moving the furniture to fixing stuff to doing design consults. It's you're 15, 16 hours a day you got to be rocking because we don't have morning and night shift. I don't have a.
How many employees do you have?
Right now we just run my mother, my father, and myself. My father runs back end. My mother and I run the showroom and business. And then I work with a lot of designers, outside of me. So I'm on a lot of projects and whatnot and selling product to a lot of projects. But day to day we keep it lean, just her and I.
Wow.
Yeah, and we've grown.
Hustler Shake.
Yeah, since 2014, we've grown year over year annual growth 20 to 30% per year since conception with her and I. And even with the pandemic this year, we're still 30% ahead of last year.
Wow.
This was probably a good year for you guys, right? With
Yeah.
everybody moving, buying furniture.
Yeah, from my analytics from the back end, we just continued. We were on this track for the same revenue this year as I
Regardless of
anticipated.
COVID.
And when COVID came, I just put the blinders on and I ripped the whole showroom apart and redid it. And by the time I was done with all that, it was time to open up again, and people were thrilled. We put new flooring in, painted the whole place, rearranged everything.
Lockdown hit, and you were like, I need something to do.
Correct.
Yeah.
And just got right to it. But that's the difference between a business who's going to live and business who's not.
Yeah.
Lots are closing right now because they're not prepared for stuff like this.
Right.
But
Yeah, a lot of businesses are still.
You got to be able to adapt,
correct.
right? Like,
That's
be
the
able to, some crazy shit happens, like, all right, fuck. Now what do we do? Let's figure it out. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no plan in place for COVID.
no.
correct. But that's what separates real businesses from fake ones.
Right.
Is are you prepared? Are you prepared for the worst?
Yeah.
So you're telling me if you're a real company, you can't survive for a year or two with some slack sales?
It's crazy to see like how many people like didn't have a cushion.
No.
Nobody
ready,
does.
Ready
No
to
one
go for
Like-
when some hard times hit.
I'll say like 15% of businesses do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, people just they operate on smoke and mirrors.
And I'm sure the 15% isn't even like a smaller business like yourself. It's
No.
probably like the edges, those bigger, backed in with money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so it's-
Multi-million-dollar
Yeah,
companies.
exactly. So it's even more impressive that you're stronger than a
yeah.
lot of these other places right now.
Yeah.
And
There's
my father adopted that business model from 2008. Was
I'm
no
sure-
one
yeah,
no one
probably.
expected 2008.
So
You know what I mean? He got kicked in the teeth on that in the construction world, like the hardest you can get hit.
yeah.
There's no way you're building. Up till 2008, builders were building.
yeah, all the time.
All you had to do was show up at the bank. You got a loan, and you're building.
Yeah,
And you're making money by accident.
Yeah.
To nobody's doing anything, completely shut off. So that model was adopted to the growth of this when we took it in 2014.
Nice.
Like everything gets stockpiled for an oh shit moment, and you make a living, but you keep stockpiling. You keep that business rich,
Yeah.
because if you liquidate, it's whatever. The money's there, but don't spend it
Right.
because you're gonna need it.
Yeah. I feel like watching I was 16
Yeah.
in 2008, 16. Yeah. So like I just feel like watching that happen, like I'm so frugal with everything now, and like I have like you know what I mean, emergencies, like all
Yeah.
that stuff, because I'm just like, damn, like I don't want to be
You have to.
in that same place, like
You have
my mom
to,
has a
dude.
business, small business. My mom and dad both
Yep.
had small businesses during that time, and it's food, restaurant industry stuff. So it was like the first thing that everybody kind of pulled back on was, they're not going out and buying their $2.50 coffee anymore. Like they're just gonna make Folgers at home. You know what I mean? So like you feel it. Watched my mom lose a house.
Yeah.
So it was like it prepares you differently when you
Yeah.
watch that shit at like a young age, and like you keep thinking like, is that gonna happen again? Is that gonna happen again?
and,
I know.
and that's why we get along well. But that's just as a individual in life. That's just staying woke. You got to be.
Yeah.
This is real life. You have to pay attention.
Yeah.
yeah,
Just like you did in that sense. You saw your mom. You saw these situations unfold, and you got to take that information and use it in future life,
Right.
like you do now. You gotta stay
Ho-
tight with.
Hopefully,
things.
we don't have another 2008 incident with like where there's like all
Hope
like
not.
fraud and everything. But I mean, the economy could definitely correct itself and crash or something like that. But
100%.
it'll happen again. Just
It always comes back. I mean, economically, from
since
the crash of 1928,
yep, exactly.
the market has to make new highs. So if you follow the market and you stack your chips accordingly and you run your business the right way, you can make it through the worst of times. It's systematically proven. You just have to pay attention. And-
Right, don't be walking around with blindfolds on.
Correct. Like it's gonna,
I like the saying, be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful.
correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's the truth though. If even in a time like this, if you got money lying around, you should be buying stock.
Yeah.
It's at all-time lows. It's
And
gonna
next
gonna
year-
go back to normal. It has to.
Right.
I'm not saying when the markets go back to a volatile level at their new highs every other week, that's a whole different level of market play. But at a time like this, when the market's down and taking a beating,
Yeah.
Give it a couple bucks. You'll get a 50% return. You'll get a 50% return inside of 3
that's
to
what
4
I did
years.
in March. I bought like a ton of Carnival Cruise Line, JetBlue.
We were talking
like all
about
the airlines.
that. That's a huge thing right now. Those companies are getting slaughtered. But what a lot of the public doesn't understand is they're public companies.
Right.
The government's going to bail them out. Worst case scenario.
Mm-hmm.
And we're in a pandemic, meaning that it's going to end at some point. It's like it's a health
correct.
crisis. It's not going to be forever.
This isn't a financial thing. They didn't run out of money. They just they need to get nursed along for a year or two and figure things out so they can get back to bringing people on cruises and exploring the world. That's what they do.
Yep.
And flying around the world, such as the airlines. It'll all come back. But
I just saw like the first cruise that was like set sail to like go out was somebody tested positive for COVID. I was like, damn, dude, it must suck to be on that boat.
I know.
Right? Like, imagine you're like, first cruise out. This is gonna be great.
Yeah, it was a small cruise ship too, like overseas.
Yeah,
it had like 40 people on it, and one person tested positive.
Yeah,
but it's gonna happen.
This year was crazy.
I know.
I was just thinking about like it's almost December right now, and it feels like February 28th or whatever when like they were like, okay, I think there's gonna be like a 2 week lockdown.
And
now
6 months later,
I know, it's like crazy. That plan did not work at all.
No.
I'm curious as to what's about to transpire in the next like 60 days.
Me too.
You know, till the close out of fourth quarter.
Yeah, Nick said before he's hoping by summer of next year we'll be back to normal.
That's what I'd like to see.
Summer of 2021.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I hope it's before then.
Let's use this winter time in the Northeast. Just stay at home.
Yeah.
Let's polish this thing off.
There's nothing else to do here anyway.
Yeah.
It's fucking freezing cold.
We can't ski though, so I'm sort of bummed about that.
You can still go. Ski mountains will be open, right?
They're kind of on the fence right now because they all haven't officially opened.
Got it.
So they're kind of every other day. It's a release of you have to make reservations. You have to get a season pass. You have to quarantine. Nobody knows yet.
Yeah. I was looking at the map of where you could travel to from Connecticut.
Not many places.
Literally, the entire thing is red, and then it's like Connecticut, New York, Massachusetts, New Jersey.
Nobody.
That's where we
wants
could
us.
travel to.
Yeah, there's something like 46 states on the red list, and then 3 or 4 states like that we like.
I
they
hate
say
it
you
all.
can travel to.
I hate it all.
It's terrible. Dude.
I hate it all.
It's honestly, it's all sad.
Yeah.
It's just sad, straight up.
It
Businesses
is.
are dying. People are sick.
Yep.
Our political hierarchy is a disaster.
I know.
It's just like,
especially in Connecticut. It's
yeah,
crazy.
it's just like, man, we need to get through 2020, and everyone needs to just maybe go out for New Year's, take a break.
Yeah.
Let's come back the next day and just get back to normal.
See how Ned Lamont is feeling at that time.
Oh my God. Seriously.
It's crazy, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I always just say I can't wait to say I lived through that instead of I'm still living through it.
Yeah.
With this thing. Like I just can't wait to have it in my rear views.
The thing is even the most brilliant minds are baffled right now.
Mm-hmm.
No one has any true insight into this subject.
It's crazy.
It was a whole bunch of people pretending.
Yeah, they were guessing.
Like they knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
The best part of everything, like I was talking about this with him the other day, is like who came up with this 9:30 restaurant closing thing? Like, what happens after 9:30? I was like, who is sitting in a meeting with Ned Lamont at the state capitol and sitting there like, damn, I need to come up with something good for this meeting. I haven't said shit. I haven't said shit this whole
9:30.
Yeah, I like it.
Restaurants close at 9:30 because less COVID after that.
Yes, I know.
There's no logic.
Yeah, I stopped trying to make sense of
Everything.
But even I went to Starbucks this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't usually get it because I make my own coffee in the crib. But I was on the way.
Why not?
I wanted a special something from Starbucks.
Yeah.
And I'm pulling up through the drive-thru, and this lady's handing me stuff with no gloves on. I'm like, what? It's whatever at this point.
Yeah.
But you're just like, you're closing bars, but she's
Starbucks
handing out 400 coffees in the next 2 hours.
No,
with bare hands.
Right. And that's the other thing is like, I don't get how I saw a meme where it was like, oh, so we can eat indoors outside.
Correct.
That shit was funny. Yeah, it's like a picture of a tent outside, like with
fully
like one of those nice tents that has like the fake windows on the outside, like the ones that pull down. And it's like so you can't eat inside, but you can eat outside. You can eat inside as long as it's outside. Yeah,
the white tent.
I guess
yeah.
Someone said to me, oh, it's because of the airflow for the. Come on, airflow.
Just shut it down. Don't like you're insulting us.
Yes, exactly.
It's here.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you're stopping anything with these practices. If you want to shut it down, I get it.
Right.
Shut it down. Like
Yeah.
you got to protect the people.
I don't know. My whole thing, this whole thing is if it was that deadly, we'd all be dead already.
The whole point of doing that 2-week lockdown was because they didn't want the hospitals to get overwhelmed with too many people.
And they're full.
And we kind of lost sight of that because we did the 2-week lockdown. We spread out the curve, right? We lower the curve. We lowered the curve so that hospitals weren't going to be overwhelmed with people, even though they already were at that point, right? But now we're at this point where it's like we don't need to do that anymore. Like everybody who's gotten it and has had to go to the hospital and probably died from the shit is already done. It's like the healthy people are left. Like
we survived.
If you're not healthy, if you have pre-existing conditions,
stay home.
Stay home.
That's it.
Facts.
But
everyone else go live.
Open the shit up.
Yeah.
Let people make money. Let restaurants bounce back. It's like
I mean, they're crumbling, these businesses.
I got my oil changed,
and it's all small businesses.
Yes.
It's not like your
Stop
and Shop's doing fine. Walmart's doing fine.
And Stop and Shop have been jamming.
Yeah.
Since they've had
Amazon, Whole Foods.
Yeah, they haven't sold more product than ever.
Yeah, I know.
mean, since March. They're the only ones in town.
It's crazy that they came out and they're basically like, all right, you can't go to any small businesses, but feel free to like
go to all the big
jam
ones.
yourselves into a
Walmart. Go to Costco with 467 people inside.
Yeah, no, it's safe.
Wow.
Yeah,
no, it's totally safe. It makes sense, all of it.
Yeah,
it really does.
It's crazy, man. It's just.
Did you guys have to shut down your showroom?
We did for a little bit, and I kept the online going, and we kept virtual consults going with my designers working.
Nice.
Did it slow down a lot in March? Like when nobody was out?
No, we were still getting calls, and obviously less than normal.
Right.
Traffic, day-to-day traffic slowed because our showroom wasn't open at that point.
Yeah.
But as a business, we kind of used it to our advantage where I was happy to have a break from people.
Yeah.
And I caught up on everything.
Yeah.
We did the whole showroom, caught up with customers, caught up with paperwork, accounting, bookkeeping, and just got everything, all the I's dotted and T's crossed.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as they said, we're good to go, we went to 4 days a week open instead of 6. Business as usual.
Nice.
Everything was cool. People came back. The process was back to normal. Obviously, with the masks, we work a little different.
Yep.
With the consults, we work a little different. But we're working.
Right.
We're serving customers and we're generating revenue for our business. So I can't complain in that sense.
Yeah. No, I remember like when that first hit and there was like the 2-week lockdown.
Yeah.
In the mortgage industry, like we were busy. You know what I mean? Because rates dropped down to the lowest point they've ever been at. So we were busy, and luckily I could do my entire job not having to be around anybody.
This is true.
I still went into the office. Like it was me.
It's nice.
Sean that works with me. Like we just went in there, just me and him. We were the only ones in there. I was like, let's just grind this out.
Yeah.
But even in the back of my mind, I was like, damn. I was like, this might be like a quick thing, like where we're gonna do a bunch of refinances and then the rest of the year is gonna be dead. Like at that point, nobody kind of knew which way it was gonna go. But then as soon as like I started seeing like New York City and like everybody moving
here,
I was like,
cha-ching.
We're good. We're good. It was a good thing for Connecticut. It was a really good thing.
Lots
especially
of people
like your
moved to
business
Connecticut.
probably booming from it. Like
Oh yeah.
everything. Yeah.
It's crazy, It's a love-hate. Yeah, they're bringing in business, but they are trash drivers.
If you
Garbage.
yeah,
New York drivers, Tim.
yeah.
Terrible. Clogging the roads, traffic everywhere.
Oh my God! Just stopped in the middle of the road, like looking at stuff like on the post road. It's like, dude, this is go. It's a main road.
Well, a lot of these people like didn't drive for years because they lived in New York. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
true. It makes it. I mean,
some of these people probably
They're
didn't
new.
drive. Like our cousin in New York doesn't have a driver's license. He's like 24, 25 years old.
They don't drive.
Yeah.
It's just like they just don't need it.
I don't.
They just,
It's just foreign. We're 16 here. We're like licensed now.
Give me that now.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Get out of my house.
Yeah, they're just taking the subway and cab and walking.
Or
riding
mopeds,
bikes.
right? Yeah.
Mopeds.
Yeah.
yeah. As soon as like all that stuff started happening, I was like, all right, we're gonna be good. It was a good thing for Connecticut. Like we needed
You
it
guys were
badly here.
You were jamming work-wise too.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Slammed. It's beautiful. It's crazy how some businesses are flourishing and some are just crumbling.
Yeah.
There's no in the middle right now. It's either or.
Yeah.
And it's a crazy sight to see when you pay attention to it firsthand,
Right.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
100%. No, it's true. And I was going to say earlier, I was getting my oil changed last week and the owner of the shop, nice dude. He's talking to me about the whole COVID thing, blah, blah. He's like, the thing that really sucks, he's like, you know, because he's going to survive. He's like in downtown Fairfield. He's an auto body shop. His dad.
You have to get your car serviced. Yeah, it's
always.
Like, right.
So he's going to be fine. But he was so fucking pissed, like to me, to the world, like, you're fucking telling us to fucking close down. Da, da, da. You had them all do the COVID, like having us do the restaurants he's talking about specifically. He's like, fucking open them up. They got COVID ready and now you're shutting them down again. I'm just like, can I get my car back? But he's totally right. Like, it sucks, dude. All these fucking restaurants, we were talking about it the other night. You can't even go there. Like 9:30, nobody's, no offense, Jake, nobody's going out at 9:30 anymore. They're starting to go out at 9:30.
Yeah.
Till like 12:30. You know what I mean? Like,
except for me, is that what you said?
Yeah.
I'm in bed at 9.
Sleeping, getting ready for the 13-mile run.
Yeah, literally
in the morning.
Actually, yeah.
For real, yeah.
No,
They'll
it's
come into
true.
the office and be like, yeah, I just ran 13 miles.
Yeah, exactly. I know. He's like, so, you want to get something to eat?
Oh, it's awesome, though.
But yeah, it's crazy. I know. It's good that you're thriving. It's good that your business is thriving,
Yeah.
Jake. Like, and it sucks that I just think it's all been part of that. Like, let's get out some businesses. Let's have a little bit more control. I'm talking about big corporations.
yeah.
I think it's a lot of that going on too.
I mean, I definitely think they're harping on
Politically.
that point.
Yeah.
Like big companies are definitely playing.
Like, let's
you know,
keep
not
the
that
COVID
they
going.
not that they created it, but it's nothing but beneficial for a big retailer to be open and all their small competitors to be closed.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like
it's
Amazon?
it's huge. Oh, Amazon is killing it.
It's over.
Yeah, he owns it.
He owns it.
Yeah, have you guys
Yeah.
been in a Whole Foods lately?
Mm-mm.
It's like it's not even a grocery store anymore. It's like an Amazon grocery shipping center.
Really?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Like, there's not a lot of people in there actually grocery shopping. Like, I still go because I just like
They
I
just
don't-
ship the
whatever
food
I
out.
just grab stuff. But now it's just like there's all these people walking around with Amazon Prime badges on, and basically like you go online and say like, all right, I need a pound of turkey, this cereal, this milk, blah blah, whatever you need, right?
Yeah.
And then there's somebody at the Amazon or at Whole Foods
Right.
that's walking around. They have a phone and they're walking around. They're scanning the item. They're putting it in a bag, in a basket, and then they're packaging this and then bringing it to your house.
Yeah. It's
So there's really not like anybody even grocery shopping.
Jesus.
There's like a few people grocery shopping, and then the rest of it is just Amazon Prime people walking around.
it's
Gathering
kinda-
stuff.
It's cool.
It's genius.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Jeff Bezos is genius. He was like, all right, like we want to get into the grocery market. We want to start delivering groceries and basically figure out how to shut grocery stores down. How can we do that? He's like, well,
Bring
let me
groceries to
just
'em.
buy a whole shit ton of grocery stores and turn them into shipping centers. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he got the best deal. He got the grocery stores. He got the warehouse space that he needed for everything. It's like, it was a genius idea.
I know.
I
Business-wise,
like
it's
grocery
genius.
shopping though. It's
Well,
like,
it was going to bring me to the point of is it sad? Is our society losing all of its culture?
I just think we're slowly getting more and more into technology, like way too much, like allowing it to run our life a little bit too much.
Think about a classic household. Say there's a man or a woman, whoever's the bigger earner is the bigger earner, and one stays at home.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
right.
One stays at home, like part of their job is like you want to go grocery shop, or you want to go to the store with your kid, or
Yeah.
like your job
yeah,
is
how
to
do
take
you
care
fill
of the
your day
family.
up, right?
Yeah, like what are you gonna do? Just
Sit there and be like,
Now you just go on Amazon
Yeah.
and just be like, all right, put my grocery order in,
and you know
order this shit on Amazon.
yeah.
whoever gets home
Yeah.
is like,
Sign
well,
up,
what'd you
Jimmy.
do today? And nothing.
Yeah.
You're just bored.
I know.
Or maybe it'll provide more time for them to do something more productive than
Also
I guess,
valid
yeah.
point.
There's, I mean, I
Double
think it
edge.
depends on the person, really. I think it's a person-to-person thing with this thing. Like technology, it's like moderation.
Yeah.
Like, go spend, yes, be online, whatever, but go out in the fucking woods, go for a walk or something, go to the beach, you know what I mean?
Be a human.
Get off your phone. Yeah, be human. Don't be a robot.
I like grocery shopping. I really like. I do. I enjoy going to the grocery store. I'm like, yeah, fucking.
I like
stop there,
anything.
pick
I like
some-
anything that's outside of work.
Yeah.
Because we work so much.
Yeah.
Right.
So I
Right.
can go anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah.
You want to go
To the gas
Toys R Us?
station,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I'll take a ride. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yes, exactly.
We're not working.
Yeah.
I'm down to go for a
Yes.
ride. Like that's
I
part
do-
of being normal.
I do, however, hate clothes shopping.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's a tough one.
online clothes shopping is a game changer for me.
Me too.
Especially with that, like how easy it is to return stuff if it doesn't fit. 'Cause that's like the big thing about buying clothes. It's like, I don't want to buy this and, you know, not have it not fit and then have to go package this thing up and send it back. But they make it so easy now. It's like, I'm never going into a clothing store.
Yeah.
You will never see me in a mall ever again.
Malls are done.
Done.
Even if malls come back and flourish, you won't see me there.
The only
You won't. You will
No.
not be. You won't
I'm
be present.
done with shopping for clothes in stores. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough.
The only store I'll shop at is Miguel's.
Yes.
Yes.
The retail, like stuff like that, like where it's like an experience.
Yes.
I'm down to go to, but I'm not. You won't see me in like a J.C. Penney or.
Oh hell no.
Our buddy Miguel, he has a dope shop concept. It's like
Okay.
the first floor you walk in. He's part owners with.
There's a place called Saugatuck
Thank
Sweets
you.
in Fairfield.
Yes.
Okay.
Saugatuck Sweets is
Fire.
an ice cream
50
candy
flavors.
store. They have like banging ice cream. They get it from some farm. I forget the name
Yeah.
of it, but.
Okay.
Over 50 flavors of it, by the way.
The guy that owns Saugatuck Sweets, there's one in Fairfield and there's one in Westport. The guy
Okay.
that owns it, his background is he was big into the technology boom.
Okay.
Made a ton of money.
Nice.
Still works in this industry. He's a very, very
Humble.
humble
You wouldn't know.
guy, right? You would never know
You see him?
that he's worth
And
Yeah,
he owns,
hundreds of
and
millions
he
of
owns
dollars.
the sweet shop.
He owns
Yeah.
the yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason that he opened it, he's told me before, is like he wanted to provide a space in the community that brings the community together. You know what I mean?
Old school. type
Old
of-
school.
Yeah.
And he also has a huge nonprofit where like for Christmas, like he gets like hundreds of thousands of
Toys,
gifts
yeah.
donated, wrapped, and sent out to like communities that need gifts, families that need gifts, stuff like
Okay.
that. So he does a lot. You know, he's
All right.
really into it. So
Mm-hmm.
he opened this place just because he wanted to have a place. Like he doesn't need
The
to
money.
do it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
He just does it because he wants to do it. And he's there.
Passion project.
He's there 10 hours a day every single day.
You'll
like,
see
he's
him
there's not
serving
somebody
ice
else-
cream.
Yeah, like literally in there serving
He's
the ice
loving it.
cream.
Yeah.
Talking to people. I'd go in there, just chop it up with him. He's a real cool dude. He's very, very smart.
In the summer,
you know?
you'll see Jake there twice a day.
For real. I'm always there. So our buddy Miguel had a clothing shop in downtown Bridgeport
Okay.
called Kids Candy. So he started doing vintage clothing for kids,
Okay.
which
Refurbishing.
there's a huge market for it. Like in
Yeah.
California, like they love that stuff. Like so, you know, suburbs, they love like this
Yeah.
vintage. Like he'll find like a 1990s Nickelodeon T-shirt and then tie dye it and like put his spin on it, whatever.
That's tight.
He's good at repairing jeans. Like if you have jeans that like are ripped up and stuff, like he'll repair them,
Okay.
patch them up for you, like make them look cool again.
Yeah.
Alright.
So that's what he does. So anyways, he knows Al, who owns Saugatuck Sweets. They've joined forces, and his store is now upstairs from Saugatuck Sweets. So
Okay.
they're creating like an entire experience. And they're
Yes.
going to open these up Miami, Los Angeles, and a couple other places.
Yeah.
He's saying.
No
Yeah.
shit. That's pretty
So
cool.
their whole like that's how he's changing the retail experience, like
Right.
reinventing it. Like
That's what you have to do, man.
Yeah.
his whole store though, like you go in there, like you just want to hang out in there.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's a vintage clothing store that he's put his heart and soul into.
It's a
And, like,
vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So it's an entire vibe in there, and it's like you want to be there. It's not like going to
Yes.
J. Crew or some shit like that. Like
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
you want to go in, you want to talk to Miguel. Like he's inspiring. He loves clothes. Like I've
Yeah.
never met somebody that
That's
loves
his thing.
clothes so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't even like clothes, but when I'm talking to him, I'm excited about.
You walk out with
clothes.
a bag of clothes.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually have to stop by there and pick
We
up
do.
a sweatshirt that I wanted to grab.
Yeah.
from him. Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to check
But-
it out.
Oh, he's
It's-
dope.
It sounds like what you guys are doing with
Yes.
the retail
That's, I mean,
experience in furniture.
that's what you
Yeah.
got to do.
You know, customizing it,
Yeah.
like making your
Personal.
right? Because you can go on Amazon and you can order
Yeah.
couches, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Amazon's not coming to my house designing it for like
No, and we offer a different quality, different quality grade.
Yeah.
It's not some is mass manufactured if that's the price point you want to be, and then some of our stuff is
Custom, like-
100% custom,
Awesome.
U.S. handmade.
Yeah.
It's
Nice.
it's whatever your budget calls for. We're not gonna fault you for wanting a certain price point.
Yeah.
It's a matter of what can you afford, and we'll make it happen for you. You need it at $7.99, it's no problem. If you want the top level, beautiful custom dream sofa, and you and your wife are into, Art Deco and design, we'll make it for you.
Yeah.
It's
What's like the most expensive piece of furniture
Yeah.
you've ever sold?
a couch,
How-
sectional.
How much?
17,000.
Wow.
Damn. That's crazy. I could never imagine. No matter how much money I had, I could never imagine spending that much money on a couch.
Yeah, but when you step into it's furniture, like every industry, just like cars, wine, furniture, paintings. There's levels. There's levels within an industry when you take interest, and there's a reason why it's that price. Why the where the leather comes from, how they put the wood together, the factory it's milled in. All of that plays a role into that. Why it's that expensive, and it's going to go into a house it really doesn't get used.
Right.
It's a part of the house.
Yeah.
It gets sold with the house.
Yeah.
It's a whole different
vibe.
Yeah, it's a whole different dynamic.
We're not on that level.
No, and I'm not either. There's levels to life, and
Yeah.
like the guy who owns the ice cream shop, maybe he's got a third house in Miami, and they just want to make it look tight and send the designer in, and this is what it costs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Word.
Yeah. The house is $5 million. They need a few $100,000 in furniture. Done.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
That's just that level. That's that. If you know, you know. I don't know.
Yeah. yeah. Honestly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I work with them, but I don't know.
Yeah. No, I couldn't imagine either paying $17,000 for a couch. I'm sure it's like comfy and like sexy looking and stuff.
I do know I want to make enough money to be at the point where I don't have to worry about buying that shit. Like where you can call somebody up and be like, hey, come check
Here's
this
my
out,
credit
make
card.
it look good.
Yeah.
But when you're at that level, you have no choice.
Right.
Yeah.
If you buy a
'Cause you're
house
too
for
busy,
$4 or $5 million,
Yeah. There's a reason why you have $4 or $5 million just to throw around.
you can't put the other. They won't work.
Yeah.
It'll look like a stool in the middle of the room.
Yes.
You're talking, and this furniture's big.
Yeah.
It's big stuff. It fills the room. It's a whole different vibe.
Yeah, like imagine if we bought a house, Jake, you like a big house, and then it's like, all right, you got to furniture it, you got to design it all.
I'll be on bobopedic.com like fucking.
It's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, picture the biggest house you've ever been in your life, and put that sofa in the middle of the room.
Right? Yeah, trash.
It's sweet here.
Yeah.
It fits right in.
Yeah.
It's tight.
Yeah.
Put it in the biggest house you've ever been in. You'd be like, well, that's it?
You know, we were excited about this couch.
Yeah.
The arms like lift up.
Oh,
Yeah. And they have outlets in them.
Yeah.
There's outlets in that couch, and it's a futon.
And it's perfect for the space.
It is. It
works.
is. It does.
That's what's meant to be here.
Yeah.
It's not
And
gonna fit in a 20,000 square foot house though.
No.
boom.
He said stool. I pictured it. Like I really can. Like a little like that would look like a little ass stool in a big ass house.
Yeah. That's why you need this. A room cost you.
Yeah.
There's guys. I don't service them all, but there's guys and gals in Greenwich. I'll just use them as an example. That spend $150,000, $200,000 on a room.
Wow.
Artwork, rugs, where the rug is made and sourced from, where the sofa's made and sourced from, where the end tables come from. That all plays a huge major value in their mind. They're connoisseurs, like wine connoisseurs, like a guy or gal with their wine cellar. Same type of deal, just that type of customer.
Right.
And then we service our daily people. Just need to get some furniture in the crib for them and the family.
Yeah.
Which I like dealing with those people. They're easier. They're fun.
Yeah.
They're grateful.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
The
They
high end stuff is not always.
Yeah. It's fulfilling.
Yeah, it's business. It's work.
Yeah. You
you're
get the
happy to
money.
do it,
Yeah.
But it's happy to make working class people happy.
Yeah. Exactly.
People who appreciate that
Correct. And the furniture is a cool.
2,000 square feet of space that they have rather than
Yeah, you know what I mean. And they're so happy, and the kids are happy, and it's cool to provide a necessity in life. It's furniture, and it's like a car. Your house isn't a home until you have it.
Yeah.
You need it to live. It's cool to bring that into people's homes where they start with nothing, and then they wind up with a cool setup, and they're happy. And every day they come home from work, and
It's affordable for them.
they come into my store 6-7 months later, and they're like, "Oh man, we love it. We love the couch. We love the bed." And it's cool just to hear that.
And they're lifelong
Yeah, and for
customers.
me, that's a tag on their home. Like that's us.
Yeah.
We made it. Our company.
Nick
Yeah.
will be driving by there one day with his kid. He'll be like, "I furnished that house
Yeah.
right there."
Yeah.
Straight
That's that's our house.
Yeah.
Say you guys have houses one day, and
Oh,
you just
definitely.
don't know what to do. And I turn this place into your home. Every time you come home, you'll be like, "Damn,
Yeah. He's the
this
fucking
is,
man.
This is tight." Like I
Nick's the man. Nick
yeah,
did it.
That's what I like to provide to our customers.
Yeah.
It's way more than just numbers and business.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. If I didn't know you and I walked into your furniture store and I was talking to you, I would totally just whatever you said. I'd trust everything honest. I'd be like, hell yeah. Whatever this guy says, he clearly has the best interest in my life.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. You
your
just got
heart.
us excited about furniture like Miguel gets us
Yeah,
excited
yeah,
about vintage
yeah.
clothes.
Because we don't sell garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I pride myself on people coming in, showing me something like that's garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Like why? Because I've been doing this my whole life.
Yeah, let
I
me show you why.
I'm gonna show you why.
Yeah.
I'll give you. I'll run it down for you right now why it's garbage.
Yeah.
And then I'll put something that's worth being there that you'll be happy with. That's gonna last,
Right.
and they're happy.
Yeah.
You know. But I keep it 100 with the customers. We're just a transparent company. We don't do the used car salesman bullshit approach.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
It's just
Not hard.
I don't even got
fake.
time
You
for
don't
that.
want
I
to work
know.
with anybody that even wants to do that stuff
No,
anyways.
like if you want to come nickel and dime us, we're already super fair. That's part of our business model is just affordable luxury.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Like we know we're affordable. Don't.
Yeah. Don't
Try it.
Don't. Yeah. It's just not
Yeah.
the place. Like
Yeah.
you know the price is where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Like we're not scamming.
Like
you.
now you're trying to scam and you're searching a little bit. If you're trying to lowball us with
Yeah.
this low number we already have,
yeah.
you know.
And I let them go. I just let them.
Yeah.
It's all good. You just don't want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good.
You don't
You're
want
not
to
our
deal with that
customer.
shit, right?
Nah, I mean you learn that as you get older in business.
Yeah.
You know when you first start, I'm
You
sure
take
you
all of
know.
them.
Take everything.
Yeah. everything.
You chase. I want it. And
Yeah.
then, you know, you start to learn and you settle into your pocket and you're like, nah, it's
Yeah.
not even worth my
dealing
time.
with it, right? They're
Yeah.
gonna be a pain in the ass down the road anyways.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it ain't even worth it. Let them keep it.
Yeah.
Go bust somebody else's balls.
Yeah, yeah. Seriously though, like I'm the same way. I'd rather not deal with the stress or whatever on
Yeah.
the back end, and I'd like to live a nice, chill life.
Yeah.
and have a little less money than if that's the case.
You got
Some clients are trash.
dude. They just wring you out to dry. And
Yeah,
you know, as you get older in business, I really don't have any emotion anymore to it.
yeah.
With a bad customer, you're just,
Numb
You
to
get it. Yeah,
I get it. You're just miserable.
yeah, yeah. Exactly. You have a shit life.
You're miserable every day. It's
yeah.
not just me.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You
yeah.
take it personal at first.
Yeah,
You really
for
hit you in
sure.
the heart. Where you're like, damn, why don't they like me?
Right.
Yeah,
And then you just get to a point in life where you're like, I'm not even sweating it, man.
yeah.
Keep your bad attitude.
That's it. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up, two things. One, where can people find you on social media? Find the business.
For our Facebook, it's Domestic Possessions. Instagram, Domestic Possessions. Website is domesticpossessions.com.
Pretty nice and
Love it.
simple.
Yeah.
Very, very easy.
Across the board, we're super smooth, super
Yeah.
easy, very accessible.
Yeah.
Phone call away. We
Nice.
just answer the phone. That's
Nice.
our thing.
Love
Call,
it.
we answer.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. And it's
Simple.
in Madison, Connecticut, right?
Correct. We're based in Madison, and we service pretty much the entire Northeast. And if your project's big enough, we go down to Florida like we just were.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, before also, tell us about Africa real quick.
Oh, so South Africa.
Yeah.
Real quick.
This is when we met when I had just got back. So prior to that, I was living in New York City and down in Financial District, and I went to Pace University there for a little stint of time. School was never my thing. I got the grades. I just didn't gel well with the process.
Yeah. It is a long process.
Yeah, and like I said, the grades were there. Just I wanted to work.
Yeah.
I like the hustle.
Yeah.
And so I was doing my thing in New York City. Got beat up for a couple of years, like everyone does in New York City when you have no money.
Mm-hmm.
And the lease was up. My roommate was from South Africa, who's a good friend of mine still. And we were chopping it up on the phone, and he was just like, why don't you just come to Africa for a little while? I was like, you know what, man? Fuck it.
Yeah.
Booked a ticket and left.
For how
And
long?
4 months.
Oh, wow. Nice. Did you know it was going to be 4 months? Or
No,
Yeah.
I went with the two little
One-way
suitcases
ticket, and
and
you were
one-way
like-
ticket and $1,200.
Nice.
And
Live
got
What'd
on
you
the
guys
plane.
do there?
Just chilled, man.
Yeah.
My he has businesses. He has some hotels and family businesses go on there. So I just hopped in the mix.
Lived the
and,
life
yeah,
for a little
just-
bit, right? Just
You know, it was
relax.
kind of like a favor from him to me.
Yeah.
He comes from a different position in life
Mm-hmm.
and understands that I'm just a working class
Regular Joe.
regular dude. And he gave me an opportunity. He's like, just come out, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Come hang
I
out.
see you hurting. Just
Yeah,
come out.
yeah,
Come on. Like we joke about it all the time. It's just it's where God put you. It's the
Yeah.
God put you in a position.
Yeah.
Right.
He was put in a different one than me. We happen to be good friends, and he just helped
He's
me.
a good dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
just helped me out. And I went out there for 4 months and just
Live the life.
dude just had fun.
Grew a little.
Yeah.
Learned yourself a little.
You just get away. You explore a different culture. You become a whole different man. And
Yeah.
when I came back, I had a whole different appreciation for
Yeah.
kind of for everything. Just life. You see
Yeah.
a whole different side of the world, and it puts you into perspective how small you are and how you just have to value kind of what's around you in the moment.
Right.
because there's nothing you can do.
Right.
So, yeah, it was just an unreal experience all in all. I went on safaris. I went to nightclubs in Africa. I went to religious ceremonies in Africa. I went out to the bush. I went out to the major first world cities, and it was just so cool, man.
That is cool.
Yeah, and
That's definitely somewhere I want to go is Africa.
it's South Africa is a super, super cool experience.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Americans are ignorant to what goes on there. They think it's like you see in the movies where it's polar opposite. I mean, where I flew into Johannesburg, we stayed in the city of Sandton. It's beautiful. Rooftop bars, high-end cars down the street, beautiful women, nice car dealerships, big banks, big business.
Right.
Like it's going on.
Yeah.
People live like we do here.
Yeah. Over there.
Over there.
Right.
And then you step outside of it, obviously.
It's a little different, yeah.
It's like you see in the movie in some areas.
Yeah.
But just an all-around humbling, cool experience, man. And
The comedian Trevor Noah, you ever watch his stand-up? He's talking about, he's from South Africa, and he's like talking about like how they have the commercials in the United States. He's like, when he got here, they have the commercials like where there's like some little kid with like a fly on his face, and he's watching it, and he's like, where is this? Detroit? And then it pops up like Africa. He's like, Africa? He's like, I'm from Africa.
He's like, that's not what it's like?
It's what they do.
It's so funny.
I mean, I pulled up to the airport. My boy picks me up in his car. We're at the bar having lunch.
Yeah.
In a beautiful, beautiful setting with palm trees, and it's tight.
Yeah.
It's tight. It's awesome. And the safari I recommend.
Yeah, definitely.
You at some point before
your
you
life,
pass on to your next life,
We will.
You need to get on a plane. You need to go there and go to the cool. Pay as much as it costs.
Yeah.
And go on the coolest safari you could find. Because when you see these animals up close,
it's
crazy.
full blown in the wild, like straight up wild lions on this reserve that's 50,000 acres.
Yeah.
And it's a whole new experience. You turn into a new man. Because Animal Planet doesn't do it justice.
Yeah, I bet.
You see this beast.
Yeah.
400
and that's
or
what I
500
think.
pound cat.
I think about that with those animals because I've never, like, you see them at the fucking zoo or whatever. It's not the same. But when you see like a wild buffalo or something, like how big they are, or like a big elk, you know what I mean? It's like, whoa. And then
I think about the same
elephant.
thing, scuba diving. Like when you're in the water and all of
deal.
a sudden you see a big ass shark swimming up to you and you're like, damn,
Yeah.
I'm part of the food chain down here.
Yeah.
And you're scuba diving for real.
Yeah, he's down there.
Like you're not at the Sandals Resort.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just like, in the Atlantic Ocean.
You're
it's just
straight up
like-
going scuba diving.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
I know.
But it's same kind of feeling. Like it just
Yeah.
makes you feel like, damn, like you're just smaller.
Yeah.
And
You're in the ocean, 100 feet below sea level, watching fish and shark, and you're just like, wow. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're in a different
you just
world.
start to see like to that shark, it's just eat,
Yeah.
kill. And that's it. You know?
There's no feelings.
Right.
You know, it's not like they're trying to kill humans. It's just, hey, you're in my way.
It's business.
Yeah, literally it is for them.
Yeah.
just in their
It
house.
simplifies life. I mean, that's really all that we needed to figure out how to do too is eat, get the food, make sure everybody around you's eating, and that's it.
Yeah,
And-
it's sleep.
That's what that trip did for me.
Yeah.
I was having a tough time before that. I got beat up in New York. I was struggling business wise, and I just needed to switch it up and hit the reset button. Go out there and kicked it with a homie, and came back. And since the day I got back, it's
Night and day.
night and day. Been
Wow.
growing.
That was before or after you went. You were with Total Mortgage.
After for the short stint, that like 4 or 5 month stint.
Right after, right?
Yeah, like
you
right
left
when I
Total
got
Mortgage
back.
and
Yeah.
then boom.
Yeah, because I had to do something because my pops, as far as business goes, you're not allowed to just work with him. You have to create your own position.
Yeah.
So my position wasn't created because I was still working to create the position, and I was just gone for 4 months in Africa.
Right.
So I was working at Total Mortgage, got my daily money, and then the nighttime stuff was working on the website and building the outside of the business and the branding and taking what they had, that little family business,
Yes.
into a company. And that's kind of been like the transition for me. And it was there as a small little family living. And now my hard work is turning it to that next level, that my generation, to pass it down to a company and bring it to that,
Right.
that gold standard.
Dope.
And hopefully retire by like 35, 36.
Nice. Love it.
It's the goal.
It is.
I don't need to be the richest, just enough to not have to go to work every day.
Yes. Like you could come in and check it out. Okay, see you guys.
See you, have fun.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
cool. Like I'm living. I can go ride some dirt bikes or snowmobiles or
Yeah.
take a trip to Florida.
Go scuba diving with Jake.
Yeah, I'm cool. Not every day, but let's do it a good portion of
Yeah.
days.
No, that's
Yes.
awesome.
You know.
Well, and then I'd say maybe we like to always say like, what's one thing you like?
Yeah,
live-
before we sign off, just like if you were talking to a young entrepreneur,
Mhm.
right?
a young Nick.
Life advice. What's the advice that you would give to them?
The best advice I can give to an entrepreneur is don't worry about the money. If you're in it for the money, you're in the wrong. It's the wrong reasons. Like I worked for years for free for my own family business.
Mm-hmm.
From 2017 till we're in 2020 now, 2019, I didn't get a real paycheck. Like just didn't get one. I didn't produce enough. That was my father's MO. Like you can go get side work now because you didn't make enough here.
Mm-hmm.
So you learn to value the process, and you have to value the process. Don't worry so much about the dollars. The dollars will come.
If you do the work, the money will come.
Correct. Because if you don't enjoy the work and the process, it's a recipe for
We were
disaster.
talking about it last
I
night.
was just talking about it last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a straight up recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
You won't last.
Yeah.
The journey.
Yeah.
The guy we were with, he was like, "How are you gonna make money?" And Mike was like, "I don't know how, but I just know that it's gonna come. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
keep doing what I'm doing."
Yeah. Like just be good to people, and I know what we
good
have.
work.
Yeah, do good work, and it'll come.
I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
If it's out of your power and you don't have that type of backing,
What else can you do?
you can just show up and give it your best
Yeah.
and try and hone your craft.
Yeah.
If you fail, I mean,
Yeah, if you're a genuine person,
yeah.
hardworking, and you're putting your heart and soul into that business, like it's gonna work.
Yeah. It just can't not work.
Like our process started
There's no other option.
half-assed.
Yeah, no.
We were a half-assed company at the beginning. We were doing thrift work and picking up fucking garbage, and I was in mismatched clothes and had no money in an unlettered box truck rolling around at 15, 16, cleaning out shit houses. Panda now, we're all matching gear, lettered trucks,
Yeah.
new interior.
Did
on
you
the store.
did you know at that point?
When you were 15,
Yeah, at that point, like
I got to keep this
the
going.
direction of where it would go.
Did
Did you have any idea?
Yeah, I had already made that decision when I was probably like 10, 11, 12 that I was not working for anyone. I might take some jobs here
Yeah.
and there. Like you got to swallow your pride sometimes in life as an entrepreneur and work
Yeah.
for the man.
Yeah.
But I knew that I would have my own businesses.
Mhm.
It wasn't even there's not a second thought. Even now, like I've toyed with the idea of going back to school times in my life when you go through rough patches and you're like, oh, maybe I'll quit this shit and I'll get a job like normal society.
Yeah.
And then like I'll get to that point, I'm like, nah, fuck that. Like I'll go as far as like going to meet with the school. And
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, fuck that, man. I'm still going.
Yeah.
And then you get that next boost, and it just. It's
I mean,
propelled
especially
me.
right now, like college is like you don't need.
Yeah.
I know.
It's becoming less and less
Yeah.
needed in society.
Yeah.
Like a bachelor's degree doesn't mean shit.
No.
And especially now, it's like online learning. Like you can go on YouTube and learn what
Yes.
you're gonna learn.
Everything.
What you're paying $50,000 to go to school for.
I've
It's
had
like,
that conversation with people before, where the older generation doesn't know that we have access to so much more information.
Yeah.
Like 10-year-olds can look up.
Anything.
You
Yeah.
can
You don't
can
need a
get,
textbook.
No.
It's paperless.
Yes.
You can get an entire degree from Harvard University online. Literally, you can go online and take every single Harvard class you want to take online for free.
It's crazy.
You're just not gonna get the piece of paper at the end that
But
says
you get the same literature.
same everything.
It's crazy. In this older generation, they're working their way out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they don't understand that.
Dude, Miguel told
Oh
us
my
this story,
God,
right?
this is funny.
Because he used to work at Chef's Table in Fairfield, which I
Okay.
think we went to
Yeah,
a
yeah,
couple
yeah.
times.
Oh, yeah.
No GED.
He has no He dropped out of high school at 14. No GED.
No nothing.
No
Nothing.
high school diploma. Nothing. Like
Don't even ask about
ends up-
college.
ends up like
You know?
meeting this guy that comes into Chef's Table every single day, and he becomes like good friends with them, and he's like, this guy is like an exec at a one of the top advertising firms
Yes.
Okay.
in New York City,
York
right?
Big time.
He's like I want to come work for you, you know, and he's like all right. He sets him up on an interview at the company, right?
Yeah.
He ends up landing a job as an account executive, right?
Okay.
They still don't know that he has no high school diploma, no GED, but he's like, now I'm like I'm in an office overlooking Central Park, and I'm an
His
account
office,
executive at an advertising firm. He's like, they still don't know to this day that I don't have a GED or high school diploma. Like he's like, I don't know if he lied about it or what, but like he was just like,
some people don't get it.
and he like succeeded. And like the whole reason he was doing it is just because he just wanted to learn about that piece of the business for himself for when he goes into business.
That's
you know,
how you learn. You learn by doing.
Yeah.
I mean,
his advice too, like, sorry to keep bringing up Miguel, but he was like,
true.
he went and worked at like a t-shirt manufacturing company for free just because he wanted to learn the process of it, you know? And he's like, everybody told me like, why are you going to work for free? Like, you're crazy, blah, blah. He's like, I'm not working for you. He's like, I'm learning for free right now, you know?
Yeah.
well, knowledge is key.
Yeah.
It's
Not thinking about the money.
No, it's not about the money. It's the end goal is every business wants to make money, but to become the owner and the boss and build a business, it can't be about that at first.
Right.
The end goal is obviously in the furniture world. My main attraction on the back end, I enjoy the business, I enjoy the craft, the customers, the process, but I see the financials of big competitors doing 300, 400, 500, 700 million in sales, and I'm like, I could live with this. I could do this business and try and grow to a percentage of that at some point in my career. If I can get a piece of the pie, I'm cool. If I become big, great.
Yeah.
But, you know, you have to keep that on that whole road. You got to keep that drive and that vision, because if you lose track of the dollars and you start paying too much attention to the wrong things, your whole process will suffer, and you'll fizzle out. You'll run out of steam. Yeah. Because it's hard, man. Yeah. It's hard. There's sleepless nights, moneyless days, big bills. It's hard at the beginning. Right. No joke. It's for real. It's life. Like, there's nobody backing you. There's no health insurance check coming from a company you work for. There's not shit. Right. Just you. Like, pandemic hit, we're not going to hire a contractor. I went and did it myself. Yeah. You get in there and you roll up your sleeves and you fucking paint the whole place and you put the floor in and
that's it.
I work side by side with my pops and we knock it out.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what it's about. It's like, that's the whole process. So
hustle,
20 years, you look back and you're like,
I
did something. I found out at 15 that I wasn't a rich kid. That's when I really found that out, playing hockey around kids with money. Right. I found out like 14, 15 that I was like, damn.
I'm not one of them.
Like, damn, I'm not them. They're rich as fuck.
Yeah. They have 3-car garages that are bigger than my whole house.
Yeah. Like, we're okay. Like, we're all right. We're eating and shit, but I'm not that. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, that's tight.
And hockey's an expensive-ass sport.
You meet everybody who's anybody in hockey. Everybody in hockey's father's a lawyer or a finance guy. That's like hockey. Hockey lacrosse. That's that world.
100%.
And then you have the real good kids who usually are like little shitheads like me.
Yeah.
We're just better than the rich kids because we have nothing else
out
to
there
do.
knocking people out.
Yeah. Straight up. Like my hockey career was very good. Went far in it and played around all, privileged kids because gear is expensive. Yeah. Sports expensive.
Traveling expensive.
Traveling
stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So you definitely meet some heavy hitters in that world and put you in perspective on, again,
what you're gonna have to do to get
it goes back
to where
to the
you want to
levels
be.
conversation.
Yes,
Like, are you up here or are you down here? It's not personal.
Right.
It's just the hierarchy of life.
Yeah.
Or which one are you on?
Yeah.
It's the reality.
Right.
And when you start to accept that is when you start to grow as a man or woman.
Right. 100%.
Yeah. And you could realize that. That's a huge thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I love it.
I agree.
I
think it's a good spot to leave off on.
That's fire. Yeah. That's fire. Great show. Dude, thanks for coming in, man.
Thank you so much
Thanks for having me,
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it. You
All
guys
right,
are
guys.
awesome.
Have you back on when it's grown even more. So you can talk about it.
I'm happy to be a regular guest and come chop it up with you guys.
100%. And even on our sport, hockey, if you still are into hockey, we need a hockey
sports show too.
Okay.
So you could call in. You don't have to come in. We could have you call in. You could do a hockey segment for a couple minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to talk about some puck with you guys.
Nice, dope. We need a hockey guy. So that's fire.
It's a great sport.
We'll be in talks. All right, guys. Until next time. Peace.
Peace.